Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the challenge for the Universal Survival Saga Red Zone, where we are required to beat Stage 9 Universal Survival Saga, and we are required to beat it with at least 5 Power Beyond Super Saiyan category characters. Now the team that I find the easiest and most fun to beat this with is the Giant Ape Power. However, a solid alternative would be possibly Realm of the Gods. However, remember, you cannot include the UI Gokus. UI Gokus unfortunately don't meet the requirements for Power Beyond Super Saiyan, so it is one of those things. In terms of the actual event itself, I think for the most part it is a fairly straightforward event. So it is relatively simple. I think there are 4 phases in total, and depending on how you view these things, for a red zone I find it's pretty straightforward. Well, there's 5 phases in total. We have Bergama Giant Form, Kale Berserk, Super Saiyan Kefla, Jiren, and Jiren Full Power. Now for me, your biggest challenge will be the second to last phase against Int Jiren. Jiren is more challenging for me because he locks character switching, which is something that can remove a lot of your agency. Could potentially just push your worst potential character basically into the worst position for you, and I think that's really honestly the worst case scenario. AGL Jiren is also challenging in his own way because of his crits and his disabling of evasion. But our team in general is not reliant on evasion, and I plan to use a Whis at this point just to give us the defensive edge. So I don't generally find him to be like terribly like overwhelmingly powerful. In terms of everything else, look, I think for me the question is always, is there like a I want to say, is there a team build where every unit is immune to taking damage? And unfortunately in this one, no. What is fortunate though is that all of the units are absolutely excellent with their Whis. So like, your biggest risk is having, for example, an AGL SS4 Goku, or a physical or in Goku or in Vegeta being locked in place, and then this causing you issues because of obviously the positioning of the units and where they kind of roll. I think for me, all things considered, honestly, there is just not that big an issue here, as a lot of these units have defensive mechanics. Int Vegeta has guard and damage reduction, Goku has damage reduction, the SS4 Gokus both have guard, SS4 Gogeta, absolutely immense. Tech Giant Ape Vegeta, very good as well. So for me, there's definitely a really good basis for a lot of these units. So I think for me, all in all, it's a really good team for this kind of situation. Now, obviously, I think for me, the considerations for you is just who do you replace them with. Now, unfortunately, if you're using Giant Ape Power, there's just not a lot of like additional kind of situations or alternative options to replace in the team. So the team is pretty heavy set. It is, one of those like, one of those, how can I say, limited categories that just doesn't have the same variety of options maybe other categories have. So I think that is obviously a bit of a concern. If you're trying to run this team, you're like, Cole, I don't have this unit, then unfortunately for you, that is pretty much it. This team is incredibly small. Unless you have some of the Dragon Ball Heroes category characters, you're not going to be able to run Giant Ape Power as your Power Beyond Super Saiyans alternative. Like, it's really that simple. It is unfortunately a great category, just a ostensibly ridiculously limited one. All in all, I do think that it is still a great category for this. I really like the team. I think they handle the event incredibly well. As I mentioned, maybe you could look at the Realm of the Gods, something like a Fused Fighters maybe, with a combo, kind of use a couple Power Beyond Super Saiyan units, etc. Like the God Boys, the SS4 boys. Maybe you can swing in a couple of Gogetas and Vegetos, but it is a lot more difficult, I think, if you don't really go with this team, just because I think this team features a lot of the best units. One unfortunate thing though is you can do pure Saiyans for this. So you could, in theory, replace AGL Goku SS3 with, for example, AGL Gogeta or Tech Vegito, the 10th anniversary units, and then they would be able to step in and provide a good alternative lead that will essentially give you a good foundation to run off of. At least that's what I would suggest. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to be a little bit up to where you're at with your box. But that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you need any more help. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and if you need any more assistance, I will gladly assist you. So as always, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.